Coming to you from probably somewhere in Mississippi, guys talking about sports and stuff. You can call them Ray and Rodney or Rodney and Ray. Anyway, it's the R&R Show.
Whoa! Whoa! Yo!
What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Everybody, 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 everybody. What's going on, man? What's going on? Welcome everybody, everybody. Bow, bow, bow.
What's good though, my boy?
I can't call it. We're a day behind, but we in here though.
Man, look, that's not the Wednesday.
The Wednesday edition. When I shared it, I said, "Come on in for a little church." Wednesday night church. What's up, y'all? What's going on, y'all? Oh, we're back up in here one more time. What up, Foster? Thank you for tuning in. I'd like to thank everybody for doing what they do, for continuing to do what I always say that y'all do. That's watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, MeToo, WeToo, MySpace, Faceplace.
Calm down, Josh. You can't do that, Josh. You can't.
Yeah. Appreciate the bucket, Josh. But slow your roll, though. Slow your roll. I am Ray.
I am Rodney.
And this is the R&R Show. Come on in and pull up a chair. What up, D baby? What's going on, D? So what's good, man? What's good?
You ain't started the show.
So what?
You ain't started the show.
Yes, I did.
Did you tell their mama them?
Oh man, yeah. Like I said, thank y'all. And if you know somebody who ain't doing the same, make sure you tell them to tell their mama them, to tell their mama them, to tell their mama them, and who else?
And tell their dad if he got a memory like Ray.
If you got a memory like, if you got a memory like me, you might have to go find it. This is the R&R Show.
Let go. Brother man. What you got to say about it? Tell me about all of it. What is the problem with all these folks in all these sports? Man, we got some crazy stuff that's been happening.
Appreciate you sharing, Quintel. Appreciate you sharing, man. Everybody hit the share button. Feel free, hit the share button. Quintel, Mr. Quintel, Truck Fit Misfit Bush. I call him double S. The last is the starter. I'll let you figure out the first S. But let's go though.
I thought you was gonna call him on duck sauce. Look, let's go and get into it, man. What's going on with it? Look, there's some stuff going on, bro. I don't know if you want to go NFL first or just a tad bit NBA though, because NFL gonna take up a minute. It's gonna take up a minute.
Yeah. I tell you what, since man, let's go and hit the NFL, dog. Hey, look, let's do it like this. Let's go NFL, a little basketball, and back to NFL. How about that? Let's mix it up.
Bro, we're gonna go from the past weekend.
B said check Twitter feed.
And then we're gonna go the other way. Man, you got a whole thing going on. What happened over there, brother?
Oh, you can hear my background over in the other room.
Yeah,
It sounds like a
yeah,
foot tickling cut. Sound like a foot tickling contest. I can't do nothing about it. Just ignore it.
yeah. So yeah, I'm checking the Twitter feed. I don't see nothing. It don't do nothing. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. D. Tell Barry, I don't know what it is. Why it ain't working. I see him following, and he retweeted it. I appreciate it, but I ain't getting no comments, bro. Like I don't know why. I don't know why, and it's crazy. It'll be right. So I don't know. We're gonna have to figure out another way so we can hear Barry, because Barry being every weekend and be saying some good stuff to himself. But we can't never hear him. So we're gonna figure
He's
it
not
out. We might have to
not
get
the only. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, you're right. I don't see anything either.
showing nothing.
I
I don't know.
don't think I can tell you do get you a burner Facebook account and come in the house
Yeah,
with
instead of
everybody.
being before Barrington and start your new one.
Yeah, just call it Barry.
That's what yeah, and then just the nickname Barry. Or that dude, or Ravens.
And speaking of Barry, happy birthday, my dog.
Hey, it's
The
his birthday.
The big
It's his
3-1.
birthday. I ain't got the Luke birthday song, so we're gonna stop.
Yeah. Guy on the Buffalo, I like to call it.
Pilot.
What's going on, Pilot? You know it. You see that, Josh? Riley can do that, Josh.
Yeah, Riley can do that, Josh. You can't just be up there hollering stuff like my stepdad tried. Oh, I like that hat. Let me get you can't wear this hat.
Right.
Look, anyway, so biggest game surprise from this past weekend. Go say it.
The Jags beating the Bills. I know everybody thought I was going to say Dallas and the Broncos. No, it's not, because call it what you want to. I call it expected. It was a matter of time for who, because Dallas do this all the time. So I mean, that didn't surprise me. But the way the Jaguars shut down Josh Allen and that juggernaut of a Buffalo Bills offense, nobody scored a touchdown. Nobody scored a touchdown. The score was what, 9-3? That mean the Jags going to the Super Bowl, Doc.
3 straight field goals. They go to the Super Bowl. They have another coach.
No, not this year though.
Nah, they don't do it this year. But that defense right. But like you said, we said this weekend, they always have a decent defense. They just don't. They can't get put together. It's like Cleveland. Cleveland over the years, man. Cleveland had some defense, but they just could never put it together. They couldn't. Well, you had 37 quarterbacks at that time, but just couldn't put it together. So I mean, that was a good one. That was a good one. So that was a good call out. But
Martavia Cole said the week 8 49ers losing to a no Kyler Murray and Hopkins not playing. Dog, I mean, I'm a 49er fan. I don't know if you know it or not, but at this point,
that wasn't a shock.
I'm just saying, I'm not surprised. I'm really, really not, because DeMeco Ryans is not it for defensive coordinator for the 49ers. They need to hurry up and find somebody fast. Some people want to put it on Jimmy G, but Jimmy G balled out. Jimmy G did what he's supposed to do. Oh, yeah, Kittle and Debo fumbled the ball in some key situations, but the defense just trash. But that wasn't surprising to me. It was disappointing, but not surprising. But like I said, the Jags and the Bills, man, that was my biggest one. And there's really not a big storyline that you can take from that. It's just the most surprising. When you got nobody scored a touchdown and a total of 4 field goals, ain't much you can say, but what in the world happened to the Bills? I'm just saying.
So check this out. What about the Titans and the Rams? What was that a shocker to you? Like, did you because we didn't call we called that a loss. The show before, we called that a loss. an undeniable loss. Hey man, they can lose their first game because they can miss this and miss that. We said that.
I'm not surprised still because if you go back to the last game, I thought I was looking for Tannehill to utilize Julio and AJ Brown. Michael Cantrell, don't play yourself now. You know better. But don't play yourself. But what surprised me the most was how the defense stepped up and played. Titan defense. That surprised me. Jeffrey Simmons was playing out his mind.
They balled out. But you know what though? In my mind, from last
in my mind.
Year, not yet. We almost there. But the defense picks the time to step up, right? So they ain't got their offensive power that they used to have, right? So I defense. But when the defense say, man, look, we ain't got our boy, we gotta step up. We playing a real squad. We gotta go step this up. And I think that's what they did. They stepped it up.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't no,
I agree.
it wasn't, we're gonna sit back and let him get all the points, let them do all the work, and we just gonna maintain the game. I believe that defense put it on their shoulders to say, hey, we finna go out here and do what we got to do and make ourselves known because their defense is underrated. And I tell anybody that defense is underrated because they don't get a lot of praise because of Derrick Henry and I can't call him check down, but I mean he not. Hey, chill out, because you know he do his job as quarterback. He's a game manager. You know, like he's not gonna do nothing crazy.
Don't be talking bad about Tannehill.
Man, he trying to get out, man. I told him to go out when I started the show. But tell me what you think about the defensive performance outside of, you know, basically how they stepping up and doing what they supposed to do in every time they need it. Because like
but I got to give it to you, Rodney. I mean, you spot on about them rallying together, and because they're the center of that team, not just the offense, the center of that team may be out for the rest of the season. So, but that's what the good team does. They suck it up and say, hey y'all, we gotta pull up our bootstraps and we gotta go get it. Just because Henry is out doesn't mean that we're gonna cancel the rest of the season. No, we gotta get out here and play these games. And that team is talented enough on the offensive side of the ball as well as the defense to get the job done.
I think so too. When you got the Patriots out here actually looking like a team now.
Looking like the Patriots.
Right. They're not doing that special. They're not making highlight film. They just go out there, play that style of ball, and get through. And if you remember Mike Vrabel, where he come from?
Exactly.
I mean, he that's how he beat them in the playoffs. He used they game against them. So you gotta make sure, like you saying, they gotta step up. Now another game that kind of got my attention, but didn't kind of get my attention was the let me find it. It was the Browns and the Bengals. Kind of slapped the Bengals in the mouth a little bit. Hey, the Browns won.
But hold up, my guy. This started last week with the Bengals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When they lost to the Jets. So all eyes was on the Bengals of how you going to respond. Sound like they were in that same rep to me.
And they got slapped in the mouth.
Slapped in the mouth. Come up.
Like bang. Now, team with no watch this segue. With no Baker and no OBJ.
But that's not. But once again, that's not surprising. Simply because statistics shows that your boy Baker balls out when OBJ is not on the field. I don't know what the deal is going on right there. Everybody got their different opinion on what's going on. It's personal or whatever the case may be, or he just trying to force him the ball simply because. But so what?
I want to see this story come out. I can't wait for this story to come out.
But I really don't think the truth will ever come out because number one, OBJ just does shut down completely. And, you know, Baker's still out there and, you know, he's doing nothing but wishing them luck. And, you know, there's no ill will there and all this kind of stuff, whatever. That's still my guy, whatever. But when you look at the film, that especially what OBJ's dad put together so elegantly. I mean, it was. I mean, he was. I mean, a lot of times he was wide open, and then some of the passes they didn't get was literally trash.
Crap.
I'm just saying. But I'm gonna tell you like this also too. Now, there was some times that OBJ did get the ball in nice passes, and he did drop them. Oh, this is over the last couple of weeks. He did drop them. But I look at that right there. A wide receiver is just like probably a warm up pitch. When you get warmed up, you find that zone or whatever. You got to get warmed up to it. But if you ain't been out there pitching, you just come out there cold. He ain't been getting no passes or whatever. So first thing he's thinking, okay, fine, it's coming my way. Thinking of his next move and all this kind of stuff or whatever. And he drops the ball.
But that chemistry part of it though. That chemistry is a big part of it though. If he was getting more passes from him, more opportunities, then that kind of goes together. Like if you don't know where I like the ball, you don't know when I'm gonna deliver the ball, that ain't gonna match up in game time. I don't care how great receiving quarterback you got. If y'all ain't doing this all year or doing this on a consistent basis or more consistent than what they were doing, then it ain't gonna happen in the game. So you're gonna have a moment where that receiver don't look good because that quarterback ain't making that connection. Because he's trying to make it do something that he don't normally do, which would be great all the time, but you can't be great if you don't get the ball on a consistent basis.
Right. And Rodney, as far as him, you made a good point. He got to be getting the ball. If he getting the ball on a consistent basis, then we're not going to magnify the drops. And I kind of hate, I did it, and I see other sports guys do it or whatnot. They magnify the couple drops that he had over the last couple games. But he's not even getting the ball, period. I'm just saying.
Now, look, I agree with you to a point, but two buttholes don't make it right. So regardless of what each one of them are and what they do, I want to hear this story. I want to hear this 30 for 30 one day, because one of them, the thing that's going to happen now is now you're finna see how good Baker really is.
Yep. I think, but hold on though, right? Have we already seen it? But have we already seen how good Baker is? Because without OBJ last year, they made it all the way to the AFC Conference Championship. When the AFC Conference Championship, I'm just saying. So we've seen how good he can be without it. With division. They made division.
How consistent is that? Like without a fluke, because the Jets made it to the AFC Championship with Mark Sanchez, and we saw him be garbage after that.
Right.
So my thing is, is it going to be, if they do it again? Okay, well, maybe OBJ was the problem, or maybe Baker is just that good. But every day I'm listening to these sports shows and whatnot on the way to work, on the way from work. The question keeps coming up: is he that good? Is he that good? Is he actually that good? Like, do you really want to pay him right now?
Well, guess what? We about to find out.
We got to find
out. Your girl D just made a good point. Right there. It's definitely a deeper story, but for those who can't read, it's definitely a deeper story. But I think they overpaid Baker, got him thinking he's elite and he's not. No, you got to earn that money.
He's not
elite to me. Hey, but look, before we go further,
I don't agree that he's a fluke yet.
No, I wouldn't call him a fluke. No, he's not a fluke.
Because when they realize, the one thing that you got to realize, when you take OBJ off of that team, you can ask the Giants. Stuff starts to change. So you still got juice, man. Jarvis Landry, he back. But are they doubling him now since OBJ gone? Or how's the defense gonna play that? So now you get to see the real him, because they haven't been giving nobody no respect with OBJ on that field. They've been paying attention, spreading the D out a bit. Now you can take away that one, and now you got to worry about who else on the other side.
But they couldn't take away the one last year. They couldn't take away the few years that the few games that OBJ didn't play with Landry on the field this year. And once again, you have to take in consideration how they played or how Baker played when OBJ wasn't playing last year. I mean, you really have to take that into consideration. Because right now, that is all we got to go off of.
Right and wrong. But you know how we are and how the media is. How long is that going to be good? When he can't do it this year.
Well, guess what? The second half of the season is about to start, and we are about to find out.
Now, I will comment to what two things real quick. Then we'll move on.
And I got a comment too.
I don't agree with that because he can have all number one receivers get that title, and it's not fair because they can't do their job if they ain't getting the ball. They're not a fullback that can block and run the ball. They're not a tight end that can block and catch the ball. They're not a quarterback that's in charge of the offense. The receiver doesn't get that play because he don't get the ball. What Keyshawn Johnson said, give me the damn ball. If he get the ball, then he gonna show out. But he can't show out if he ain't getting the ball or if you ain't gearing him in the plays enough. Now, if you blame the quarterback, if you got a second quarterback, that's different. But according to what we've seen, O'Brien is not a sucky quarterback. It's something that's going on. We've seen OBJ go be great with a middle of the road quarterback because I hate people say, well, Eli was this. Yeah, Eli still was a middle of the road quarterback. I don't care what nobody say. He found in the NFL.
So he was a Baker Mayfield.
He was a Baker Mayfield. He got the accolades because of the team play.
He was a Baker Mayfield that threw OBJ the ball. He treated OBJ like a number one.
That's what Carter did. He didn't treat him like a number one.
Ooh, no, you didn't, D. Danielle, shame on you. We know Patrick Mahomes is a turnover juggernaut at the moment, but just stick with it. We got a whole nother half to play. Just be cool. See, speaking of which, if you go out and get OBJ to reopen that offense up,
and then they get Edward Helaire, he come back too.
All right, look. Yep, sure is. Hey, check this out. I want to go way back to what your girl D. Griggs said about the butthole. Let me see. Where is it? Okay. No, not right. She made a comment about where is it? There you go. Baker, a butthole. That's why he didn't mesh well. Oh, GJ, he a butthole too. But it just don't mesh well. All right, y'all, check this out. We all know that OBJ and Baker don't mesh when they're on the field together. They suck, they lose, they don't look good. So that proves that when you get one butthole with another butthole, you get a shit show. All right, let's go.
You make it. Look. Stick around because we come back to the NFL. Stick around because I really want to ask. The last portion going to be from Monday night. So y'all, I'm just telling y'all that right now. So either way, I want to hear Aaron Rodgers, but it's worth our time. Aaron Rodgers is spoiled. He was treated like he's spoiled, and he getting off the hook with nothing when he did everything that they told everybody not to do. And he got a $14,000 fine, and the team got hit for 50 or whatever. It was done. Punish him. Do what you're supposed to do. What? Go ahead.
I say Aaron Rodgers shouldn't get fined, period. Ask me why.
Why?
Because the Green Bay organization allowed it. They let him do this. It's all on them. They should fit the entire bill. They broke the rule. Even though I'm calling the boy Baker. Even though Aaron Rodgers is the one who did the crime or whatever, but Green Bay enabled him to do it. I think they should fit the entire bill. Yeah, he got up there. He lied. Yeah. But guess what? Green Bay knew he was lying. They wanted to win.
They knew he was lying. At the same time, it's something the whole process though, dude. Like you can't sit here and say, hey man, we know he lying, yeah, but we're gonna do him about it because we don't want to piss him off and make him leave middle of the season or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But the NFL got on both sides though. They got to hit him harder too because he knew he was lying, and even if they allowed it to happen, he still went and did it. He didn't go up there and like, man, I ain't going up there because y'all got to go back. He didn't try to do that.
I feel like they should have suspended him. Feel like they should have suspended him a game, at least one game, for breaking protocol. And I'm talking about fine the Green Bay organization after Yin Yang because once again you're playing with lies. You're playing with lies.
But you got
to allow this to go on. Yep.
So anyway, look, let's hit. No, let me tell you. Every year we talk about the NBA. Now we back to normal. NBA schedule wise, we back to normal.
Yeah.
There's always a too early favorite or too late favorite, but I will tell you a consistent thing in my mind. I love to see. Let me see what she said real quick. You so right. Oh my God, you right. I forgot about that. Oh, man, you got to jump in the show one day. Like, because you talking real. She is a Steelers fan, but she's just like us. She knows everybody's team and everything that goes on in the NFL. And you got to make sure you get the show every time. We usually do Tuesday, but y'all bad.
That is fact. All the way. All the way to the Dookie emoji. That's fact.
Need to be new Jamel Hill. But check this out. The one thing that I love every year is watching the fire, the enthusiasm, and the whole kit and caboodle around Michael Jordan's summer. That dude, Jimmy Butler, bro, when I tell you I can watch Jimmy Butler play in a blowout loss, Jimmy Butler is that dude. I don't care. I'm watching him play. I don't care what the game is. If he playing and he playing with some fire, I'm watching him play. This dude
Jimmy Butler, he will always be one of my favorite players. You know, he was a Bull before he was anything else. My squad, but I will always be a big Jimmy Butler is that dog. And last Sunday night, you saw another side of him. You know, go ahead, dog. Go ahead, say
this right here was like, dude, y'all please watch it. It's like a minute long. Watch this.
Adebayo, no, Jokic was there. Nuggets have 5 on 4, and Jokic, oh no! Keep the players on the bench. Not sure what set Jokic off. Oh, so Morris banging Jokic first. They'll take. Of course, you know that the Nuggets have history with the Morris brothers, particularly Marcus Morris. So a couple of checks, and we'll see how the officials sort this one out.
Now, the part that I could not get because of the clip. First of all, very dirty play. All right? Very dirty play. But Jimmy Butler, while it was sorting this all out, was on the sideline pulling folks' cards. Total. Come on to the back. I ain't worried about
Come on to the back.
Come on to the back. Bring he pointing folks out on the sideline because he's smart enough to know if I get on the court, I'm going to get suspended. He called him out from the sideline. They did end up finding Jimmy Butler. I forget them out for instigating, or whatever.
I think I want to say 30 grand. I think I hit 30 grand.
Yeah. He was on the sideline calling folks out, blatantly calling folks out. You come on to the back. We are handling this back here because on the court a week. That was weak. Basically, I can't say what he was saying, but he was going off, and not enough NBA teams had it.
Yeah, you can. We ain't got no sponsors yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want them to see this and be like, "Oh, I don't control that time." But look, that's the problem. That's the problem. I mean, you did say shit show earlier, but look.
But it ain't like I'm just, yeah.
But that was a sight. I liked it. I loved it.
I'm gonna tell you. So, what part? I mean, was it wrong? Yeah, it was wrong. But the way everybody coming down on the Joker, dog. I'm sorry. Did you see what happened for him to react like that when he was shooting the shot in the air? Morris checked him in his ribs. He didn't try to go for the ball. He didn't make no basketball play defensively. He went straight for that man's body while he was midair. That's butch. Yeah. To me, that's just as bad as what he did. That's what started, but nobody's talking about that. Nobody talking about that. Everybody want to talk about Joker hitting him in the back, want to call it cheap and all this kind of stuff. Both of those were cheap. What started it was cheap. I'm just saying. Thank you, D. Thank you, D. That's what he get.
It was cheap. It was cheap.
Now,
I am on the deal to where, like, you know, if you hit me, you don't get to determine how hard I hit you back. You did something dirty. I can be as dirty as I want because you did something dirty. But at the same time,
that ain't what that was. That was just simple. No, that was just simple retaliation. That wasn't to be the dirtiest. He got mad. Joker got mad because he was shooting AJ. He was in mid-air. That dude gave him a rib check. I'm talking about ran straight into his body. So
that's not a little dude. So now this is the part that I do like, but you know, in today's climate, you can't do this. That's what should have happened.
If it was back in the day, back in the bad boy days, his face would have hit the floor. Hey, but what do you have anything on what went on after the game? After everybody went home and all that kind of stuff, you don't have what the Twitter war that was going on with the Morris brothers and the Joker brothers. You don't have it. The Nokovich brothers. They was going at it, man. They was going at it. They were like, "Well, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy." But guess what? I don't know if I was watching First Take or either Undisputed this morning. Oh, I want to say I watching Undisputed, but somebody said, "Hey, man, you think these Nokovich guys playing? They ain't no joke. They attitude is, dude, we get bombed over there where we from. You ain't talking about nothing. Don't sing it, bring it." I was like, "God dog, you got a point." What they saying, they for real. I know everybody know the Morris brothers. Everybody know the Morris brothers is known for toughness and all this kind of stuff. But guess what? Don't think just because these guys talk funny, they won't know the right.
That's the thing, though. Like that's a different climate. Like we go through some stuff. Like some of these players go through some stuff to get to the NBA. But them dudes, if we hadn't made the NBA over here, if some of these players made, they could have had something else to do, right?
They could do something. They'll be over there rocking.
Right. They playing for their life every day. You know, like they come over here for the better part of life. And then you talk, no, sir. I don't think that's a fight that you really want outside the court. I mean, but it's gonna be for some good basketball next time they meet up. Either one of them boys meet up. I think they'll get in front of the NBA wheel and try to diffuse the situation on the back.
Of course.
You know, to try to chill it out with them. But I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna have to get that fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, because and if you look back at it, both of them was bad. And to me, if one of the Morris brothers retaliate, then it's just gonna be a war all season long. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna be a real hard season long. Jimmy Butler did his thing as a teammate. I love to see teammates stick up for their teammate. The dude standing right there when it happened. You know, when he saw it firsthand, he didn't even run up to the dude. Like, it's just like, oh wow, hey man, you okay? Hey, he gonna get up. He ain't dead. He need to get swung on. I don't care. Yeah, you was dirty, you was wrong, but I can't let you get popped like that. That's what a teammate does. I'm not gonna sit here and not let. No sir. Nah. Josh, they're gonna hype it back up, but they're gonna be like, they're gonna talk to him. It's gonna be some fake WWE stuff going on after this. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. If it happens, it's gonna be early in the season if they run across each other again. I don't see it happening late in the second half, especially with playoff implications on the line. Now you playing with missing very, very important games and things of that nature. I think cooler heads will prevail. Like you said, the NBA get ahead of the same. We'll see. But if they play each other again before December or January is out, Lord have mercy, is what we're gonna see.
All right, now
I'm trying to understand why. You know what? Yeah, let's do the pickles. Let's go. You don't have my pickles from last week, do you? You don't never have my pickles for last week. I went undefeated last week. Let's go. Undefeated. Never lost. Prove it. Can you prove it? No? Undefeated. Never lost. All right. My first pick-em game. I do not know why this game is on TV right now, but it will be my first pick-em game for the night. Whoever decided to put the Detroit Pistons 1-8 and the Houston Rockets 1-9 on prime time right now, that's gonna take the L. I don't know why anybody got this game on right now, but guess what? I'm going with the new Agent Zero Green for the Houston Rockets. They'll put it off simply because they're at home. They'll probably win with a free throw and quadruple overtime. The final score being 23-24. But that's what I got. The Houston Rockets. Let me pick the. Oh man, it was a game. I think the Bulls are playing somebody tonight. That intrigued me. I gotta put my boys up there. Oh, the Bulls playing the Mavericks. Both of them sitting at 7-3. The Bulls sitting at a surprising 7-3. The Rose are playing his fine, bro. That's what Levine needed. A legit number 2 to play alongside him. But yeah, this year so far, he's been playing like the number 1. But I'm gonna say, give me the Bulls at home in a close one. They favorite by 3.5. I think they will cover. Give me the Bulls. All right, I'm gonna take it to some NFL football for you right quick because there's a couple games that intrigue me on that one. Definitely not tomorrow night's game, the Ravens and the Dolphins. If you want to bet anything, bet how bad they're gonna blow the Dolphins out, we can do that. But where is it? Okay. The Chiefs and the Raiders. The Chiefs on the struggle bus. The Raiders seem to keep their mojo going, even though adversity has been hitting them left and right. They kicking players off the team for stupid stuff. I ain't finna get into all of that. The John Gruden thing started with it. But I think the Chiefs' woe is going to continue. And the Raiders going to prevail in this game. Sorry, D. You may need to go out and get Baker Mayfield to play with y'all. Give me the Raiders that are closer.
OBJ, man.
Say what?
OBJ, not Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield. No, she said Baker Mayfield at quarterback. She said we'll take him at quarterback.
But you said OBJ, my bad.
OBJ. Man, I don't know what you're talking about, man. You smoking crack. All right. Hey, you know what? That's enough. That'll be enough right there. I'm cool with that. Write it down. I'm going undefeated. I ain't lost a pick all year long. And if you can prove that I lost a pick, pull my receipt. Hey, no, I'm going with next story. You say next story. Now go ahead.
Man, look, I forgot where I was going to go. Oh, I know where you're going to go. We're going to go away. Not you, D. She said, no, I didn't. Not you, D. It's another D. Her name D too.
No, not that D. I'm talking about Danielle, not you, D. We call her D too. I'm sorry, not
D
you.
too.
I gotta clarify myself. Which D I'm talking about?
Oh, okay.
Oh, she said, oh, okay.
Well. I don't know if you ever met D.
No, I didn't say that. Okay. You better get it right. I ain't saying. No, I ain't never met her.
You know her Maya?
Who?
You ever met Maya? Maya.
Nope.
Heaven buddy in high school. Man, okay. That's Maya mama.
Nah.
Anyway,
what's up, Maya mama?
Yeah, John, we just said that. Huh. Look.
Yeah, but you know there's a delay.
No, shut up, man. Don't do it, John. I'm just playing. Don't do it. All right, check this out. We watched, because we were tortured, first of all, we were forced to watch a game that I really didn't want to watch because I didn't think it was going to be good, but then it turned out to be not good, but interesting, so I guess that's okay. Oh,
that's what we're going to now, D. We about to talk about your Steelers.
Look, we're going to talk about those Steelers. Hey, let's talk about my Steelers. There you go. So check this out. Now, haters going to tell the truth. I'm so sick of Steelers fans coming out like they don't want a Super Bowl or something. Oh, man, we beat Chicago. We did that. First of all, truth be told, you're supposed to beat them somewhat easily, okay? That's the first thing I'm going to say. You're supposed to beat them somewhat easily, even though Chicago has like top 5 ranked defense in the league. I want you to know that for a fact. They got top 5 ranked defense in the league. The offense
they're always top 5.
Always top 5. So now, that contributed to the game last night because Chicago defense and special teams, them boys were showing out when it got tough. When it got thick, they started showing out. Now, if you watch any parts of that game,
not only that, Justin Fields caught fire in the fourth quarter.
He looked like what he was drafted to do. No, it ain't up there. I ain't claiming them daddy for. I ain't claiming nothing yet. Now look. Oh wow, Josh, come on with it then. So now we saw. Oh, Josh is still a fan too. I forgot. We saw the worst officiated games in modern history. It was just that bad. It was a blatant attempt to make sure that Pittsburgh won. That's the only way I can say it. That's the only way I can say it. This dude was getting murdered behind the line of scrimmage. They was giving Ben that call. And he even said, all I want to know is why can Ben get that call and I can't get that call. Late hits, holding, pass interference not being called. Somebody put up the stat where they showed all the stuff the officials did that game or didn't do that game. And it was really like, wow, it really was that bad. It really was that bad. Now, I'm refused. Now look, this right here, it was not supposed to be a blowout. Because one, Pittsburgh is not as good as everybody think they are. It's not as good as their records show. That's the one thing that a lot of people are slipping on with Pittsburgh. Oh, Pittsburgh 5-3, 5-4, whatever it is. They're 6-3 or whatever it is.
Just like they did last year. Just like they did last year when they were 8-0. I put a schedule up. You remember? I put a schedule up. And I'm like, you know what? When it started right here, we're gonna see what they all about. Bam, 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 bam. And just like clockwork, the real Steelers showed up. Kind of like what I'm saying about the Cowboys this year. But we're not talking about Cowboys. Go.
Look. Now, there was one play that happened. Oh boy got a now you started to break those windows, man. They bad, but I don't think they bad as they were last night. And I'm not even. They do that for those players, not for the whole team. They were doing it for the whole team last night. The entire team. It wouldn't have, if it was Aaron Rodgers, okay, they get hit. Okay, they'll do that for them, protect them. But for the entire team, no. I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that. Now, there was one play last night, crucial part of the game. 3rd and whatever. Pittsburgh was, driving. Not really, he's kind of driving. It got stalled. Dude from the linebacker from Bears made it off the edge and clobbered Big Ben. Got up, did a Karate Kid roundhouse kick, did another twirl like he was on a Jackie Chan movie. And then
it looked good doing it, but I hate to see that dude outside his pants. But that was a nice kick.
For real, interview. Did you see the post-game interview? I mean, that dude crazy.
I did not.
Man, when you see his outfit, you're gonna be like, wow. So he went, he walked over, and this is the bad thing about it. He played for Pittsburgh last year. Pittsburgh released him. So he kind of went over there and just like, he didn't do anything. He just walked a couple steps toward that bench, and then he started backtracking. And when he backtracked, the referee was standing behind him. He turned around, and when he turned around the route, the referee hip checked the man and then threw the flag. It's called unsportsmanlike conduct. You think I'm lying, watch this video.
Here we go. Here we go.
Tell me if this is hip checking or not.
Really felt that he was directing.
Here, watch this again.
No, he's already reaching. Foul had already taken place.
Okay.
No, I don't care what nobody says.
I'm sorry, Rodney. Can you run that back? Everybody didn't see it.
I really felt that he was directing.
Here, watch this again.
No, he's already reaching. Foul had already taken place.
Okay.
All right. The referee was setting up the call. Okay. He only put, because I watched it, he only put his hand on the flag when he saw an opportunity for that dude to turn around. Because before that, he was just kind of looking. And I'm just like, man, this dude come up back to the bench because you know how ticky-tacky they are with this unsportsmanlike conduct stuff. Because if he wanted to throw the flag, he would have threw the flag before he turned around to run back. If you're going to get him for time, he would
have thrown it immediately if it was just that bad. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying.
It didn't happen like that.
He did not. And it was just like, okay, so where are you trying to go? So were you trying to make it seem like he hit you to throw the flag so that you could say he made contact with the official, now I got to throw the flag? Because you couldn't even say that because it was so bad of a hip check that it was blatant, it was obvious. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why are you even put in that position for something that you missed? I think in my head, I think he was trying to make up for the fact that he didn't call it when he wanted to. Because he actually had a little window to throw that flag before that happened. And then he just like, okay, he bumped me, I'm throwing this flag.
Actually, that window was bigger than, you realize. Now, let me tell you something.
But at the point when you miss that window to throw it, your window gets smaller and smaller. When you run field, you can't throw it.
That window was bigger than it was. Look, number one, he got up, he did his kick. As soon as he, kind of took those couple steps and started just staring at the sideline, right? Look, the clock was on right then. When he started taking those first couple steps, okay, the window is open right then. He waited all the way until that dude, he got his booty rub on, and then he gonna throw the flag. Man, it's just ridiculous. Look. It was just horrible. Let me tell you. All right, 12 penalties, 120 yards, 6 missed calls, and 1 terrible taunting call. Let me tell you something. Until these referees, they already don't make a lot of money. Until these referees start getting their pockets hit like players for doing stupid stuff, then and only then we'll see a change. These referees got to start getting stuff like this, stuff that happened. That right there, Monday night. That's like one of the most horrible call games on any level of football that I've ever seen.
Now I do agree with you.
Not just that call, but there was a lot of other calls that were made that I was like, man, really? Come on, y'all.
I mean, at some point you got to do better than that. Now, I will agree with you to an extent. You know, you say the referees don't make a lot of money. They don't make a lot of money compared to the players and the coaches. But the average referee salary is $205,000 a year. $205,000 a year. I don't care what part of the country you live in. That's good living. That's good living. You heard? That's good living. I don't fine them. Take the money from them. Do something other than what you're doing. But if you make something an emphasis up for the season, the NFL, first of all, it's got to be a clear line. All right?
Mm-hmm.
There is not a clear line for that rule. And that's if y'all get a chance, I wish I could have back and got it. But there is Ryan Clark. As much as I don't like Ryan Clark, he made a great point. Please, at some point, go look it up. It was on that show wherever he was on, and he was talking about that rule. And then you got other people that say it was a rule. What are you talking about? It's a rule. But where is the actual rule? How do you define taunting? You know what I'm saying? Like a couple years ago, what's the dude's name? Von Miller. He sacked Teddy Bridgewater. And he went, Teddy Bridgewater, Von Miller got up, he looked at Teddy Bridgewater, he smiled, he went to put him up, grab his hand, and he put his hand back and did a little slip move, you know, like, I got you, turn around, went up. Dude,
Yeah. Dude, that I was like, even though, but no, look, man, look, I'm just saying, man, that real, see, we in the hood, we know what that was about. Coming up, we knew what that. You fine. Fuck your mind. You know what I'm saying? That referee don't know nothing about that, man. So I can see how that. Look. This is taunting to me. When you in somebody's face, of course, you know, getting jiggy with it, celebrating in their face deliberately and all this kind of stuff, or you playing with them like Mr. Psych Your Mind for $1.59. I mean, that's taunting. But when you get up and you can stare at the sideline, the other team's sideline or whatever, that's not taunting. You can get up and you can do your little signature move. That's not called taunting.
Right. Okay.
You can hold on. I ain't done. You can the defense can get an interception or a turnover. They stop the game of play for that team to run all the way to the end zone to get in front of the camera and pose and do all this right here. But you telling me a man can't look at the sideline of the opposite team without getting a flag?
Did not say a word.
Come on, NFL. Y'all when that rule was implemented during the big meeting before the season, I said that's gonna be a problem. And what brought that about was the Super Bowl. You remember the talk that was going on in the Super Bowl? Old buddy from Kansas City, they just did to him what I'm just saying.
But that was that goes back to what D said. They look out for Brady and what's called. The real reason is because of all that crap talk Honey Badger was doing to Brady and Brady was doing to Honey Badger. They didn't like that being on TV. We got to stop this. We can't let this happen. They can't do our product like that. They picked the thing that somebody did all year, which was throwing the deuces.
Running back. Yep.
And nobody said a word about it. There was no complaints about it. If I'm a player and I think that that's wrong, stop it. But he did not come up to me and throw the deuces in my face. He never went to the team and threw it all the way down the sideline. This dude threw the deuces right. I'm going to see y'all later. We know what, like you said, we know what that means. But now you want to turn to something else because your golden boy got chewed out on TV by a dude that was a foot and a half shorter than he was. And a dude that was tougher than he was. And they didn't like that.
I'm just saying, I knew they opened Pandora's box when they come out with this rule. New rule, the taunting call, whatever. And then the people that's making this rule don't even know what taunting is. I'm just saying. They're going to have to get this right.
They try to make it doesn't turn into what she just said. Because you know in that game, when the dude for the Bengals and the Steelers, they got into it, and old boy, he had got somebody before, and he stood over him like, I got you kind of deal. They try to prevent that from happening, which is a good point. You prevent that from happening.
But you know what? If that be the case, they should have did that a long time ago. They should have did it after that. I'm just saying.
They can't define it. Like me and you could define it. But
Okay, cool. That's my point. If they can't define it, why even make the rule? Why make the rule? They need to get rid of it. They need to get back, figure it out something. Because what they go ahead.
Wait.
No, I'm just saying the way they're going about it now, because that's not the only game that I watched this year where a taunting call was called and it really wasn't warranted. It's just that you just don't understand the celebration or whatever the case may be. If you're not singling out an individual or a few people and you are all in their face going, yeah, Trump, and all this kind of stuff, man, let it go, man. It's like it's like the league is determining where the fun starts and where it stops.
I mean, it ain't, no fun league. Been there for a minute now. They always find a way to take the fun out of it.
Yep.
But now I will take this. At some point in that game, if you see stuff that's trending toward a different way, then that's the conversation that the refs need to have then, as opposed to letting it get out of hand and then throwing the flag. Now,
unless it's just blatant.
Right, unless it's just blatant. But we all know that when stuff build up in them games and they let it go, you see what happens at the end of the game. So just like in the NBA, when the NBA going and they playing, them referees will pull them dudes. Hey, let me holler at y'all.
Hey, yeah. They get control of the game. They get control of the game of the situation.
They're scared to do that.
Well, something's gonna have to happen. But you remember when they took away celebrating in the end zone? You remember that? But they had to bring it back.
Yeah, because they took out, man. They cut out all celebrating. They had folks shaking hands and walking out the field.
Yep.
Because they didn't know how to celebrate. You couldn't spike the ball in front of nobody. What? Come on, man. That's crazy. And look, you know what? Speaking of crazy,
but the NFL is one of the most inconsistent operations that you ever, not just with the referees, with other things, or how they handle this, that, and the other. We can go on and on about that inconsistency. NFL is like they're like the professional NCAA. But go ahead.
Can't get right.
Can't get right.
Right. I wish I can't get right. Who that baby daddy?
Shut your mouth, boy.
Hey, man, get out of here.
What, you see something funny?
Thanks for joining us today.
Who's the mama of this little chocolatey baby?
R&R Show.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in, man.
You got to come back.
All right, now, Marco. We're going on with that foolish talk, Marco, now. Going on now.
You see, sir. All right, man, look. And I'll be on a little while. I ain't got to work in my brow.
Oh, for real? Yeah. I might meet y'all in the trap.
Next week. Peace out. I don't know my water.